We're here in Las Vegas for SHOT Show, the world's largest gun industry trade fair. It's where the industry comes to celebrate its success, and there's a lot to celebrate. 2015 was a record year for gun companies. We've been asked by the organisers not to mention the issue of gun control with gun companies. We'll see how that goes.
So it seems like The Guardian have decided to send some sort of typically London-centric, I hate to say it slightly, beta male to the biggest gun industry event in the world, and he's surprised that they don't want him to talk about gun control. Well, what do you expect? But there we are. Let's see what happens.
The organisers of SHOT Show have asked us to have an escort at all times. They're concerned that questions about gun control could be disruptive. Wow, you can see that guy. It's quite scary.
I don't doubt it's scary for you, mate, but, you know, you have just picked up an air rifle. He almost certainly doesn't realise that that's something that's perfectly legal and above board and widely used in the UK. It's not something especially crazy in America, which he obviously thinks it is. And then he gets it and points it at somebody and says, wow, you can see that guy, that's really scary. Well, it is, isn't it? Because you're pointing a gun at somebody's head. Don't do that.
How much would you say sales are up?
I'd say sales are up at least 50 to 60%.
Triple fold every year.
Oh, I'd say up probably about 20%.
I mean, it's grown over 500%.
I know there's sometimes spikes after a big gun incident.
There are always spikes for like a good week or two after an incident.
So he's been there about 2 minutes and he's already disobeyed the specific thing that he was asked not to do, and he's asking about, you know, something kicking off after a gun incident. Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. What would you expect? You know, people are going to start talking about banning things and so on. There's always going to be a spike in sales. This is America. It's like he doesn't ever, I don't know, it's like he's, never left London and he doesn't really understand what goes on over there, but oh well, let's carry on.
How many guns do you own?
Collectively, between me and my fiance, are 200.
Wow. Wow.
We're sort of firearm connoisseurs.
Could you see the shock and the contemptuousness in his face, the way he looked at her? It's like, oh my god, you're an American, there's a shooting show and you like lots of guns. Well, what the hell do you expect? Oh well, let's carry on again.
So is it people rushing out to buy guns because they fear they might not be able to in the future?
It's that, and then the fourth item is the terrorists and the ISIS scares. You know, people fear drives sales in the firearms industry.
And last year was quite a good year as well.
Oh, last year was just kind of rebounding from the downturn.
What caused the downturn?
The stability in the country.
Do you worry at all about if one of your products gets into the wrong hands?
You know what? It's an interesting question to ask that, because it's kind of like telling somebody, blaming a spoon on making somebody fat.
So here we are, quite predictably, he's basically saying, you know, you should blame the item for the actions of the person who uses it, which is just like, you know, how stereotypically liberal could you possibly be? You know, these people aren't here to have this discussion. Just leave them alone. Learn something about it. Try and get your head around where they're coming from. Maybe, just try, rather than looking down your snooty nose at them all the time.
A Wall Street analyst has called President Obama the best salesman for firearms.
All of us need to demand a Congress brave enough to stand up to the gun lobby's lies.
Smith & Wesson, one of the world's biggest gun companies, has seen its shares more than double in the past year.
Smith & Wesson? The sign is above your head, mate. You know, funny enough, I know, you know, we have Western cider here and things, but people have different names in the States. And what the hell is this, like, tearful Obama business about? This is a trade show. This isn't like a Trump rally. Come on, get with the program.
Can you show us some of the new products?
Sure, I'd love to.
Great, okay. Thank you.
For personal protection, one of the most popular guns we have is the M&P Shield.
And what about these bigger ones? What are they for?
Okay. We're featuring some new upgrades to our modern sporting rifle line.
Right.
This is the M&P 1522 Sport. Like to hold it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can adjust the stock to tuck it into your shoulder.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Right there. That is the function of the 1522 Sport rifle.
Okay.
Okay.
So is this the same gun that was used in the San Bernardino shooting?
This is a 22 sport rifle,
Yeah.
22 caliber, so it fires the 22 long rifle bullet.
But the company's
I think
doing...
we're all set.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
Oh, so I take that. Oh, sorry.
What the hell? What the hell? You've just picked up a Smith & Wesson M&P 1522 rifle, put it under your armpit like some sort of weirdo, and then asked if it was used in the San Bernardino... God, I can never say that. That San Bernardino shooting. It's a 2-2. We can have it here. It's the same with the air rifle all over again. You go to the biggest SHOT Show, the biggest gun event in the world, to take the mick out of Americans and their gun laws, and you pick up 2 guns, both of which can be purchased perfectly legally in the UK. Oh my God.
So we've just spoken to the manager of Smith & Wesson. I don't think he liked our question about the San Bernardino massacre. He's got this email. Hello Rupert, please come to the SHOT Show media office on level 3 immediately. We need to ensure that you have an escort at SHOT all times. Please call Bill Brashard.
So let's get this straight. You've basically gone to a show, you've done precisely what you've been asked not to do, and now you're kind of playing the victim. Oh no, isn't it terrible? I've had an email telling me I'm in trouble. Well, yeah, kind of what you would expect, really.
To us look bad.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
We've been through this over many years and have adopted these policies. You could be running right now. You got your camera below. It's on? It is on. See? You're done.
We won't film if we're allowed to have an escort, but if we're going to be escorted out, we will have to film it.
Can you hand me your badge? Security will escort you out for not following show rules.
What were the rules? What were the rules that we broke?
There'll be no more conversation with the camera.
Like this, passive aggressive, oh well, we're not turning the cameras off then. It's like, what the hell? And then you're asking what rules you broke. You know what rules you broke. You said at the beginning of the bloody thing. Oh my God, this makes me so embarrassed to be English.
You guys have badges?
We've given them to Bill.
Okay, come with me, please.
Okay.
Set out the camera.
I'm not.
Set out the camera.
Why?
You need to go outside. This private property, you need to go outside now.
What is it that we've done? So we're being escorted out of SHOT Show, the world's largest gun trade fair in Las Vegas, for asking Smith & Wesson about the assault rifle that it sells that was used in the San Bernardino massacre. Just a polite question. Gun control is a hot topic at the moment, but it appears you can't ask the gun industry about it.
Now, this is what I find funny. At least he got Smith & Wesson right towards the end. Credit to him on that. But he's still been thrown out for asking the stupidest question in the world because he's referring to a rifle which is not, it's a legal rifle in the UK, and he's talking about it as if it's this terrible American thing and that was used in this mass shooting, which of course it wasn't, and it hasn't been used in any mass shootings ever that I know of. And then, I don't know. Why couldn't The Guardian just once try and send somebody to somewhere to do something like this who actually knows what they're talking about, has a little bit of background in what they're talking about? When you think how much it costs them to fly this guy all the way from London out there to do that, and then he just picks up 2 guns which you can buy in the UK and asks ridiculous questions and just frankly annoys everyone. So, God. Well, here we are. That's it. That's my take on this video. I know it's been out for a while, but I've got a new mic and I thought I'd try it out. So, yeah, let me know what you think.